Since 2020, I've created 8 of my own books, and what I've found is books are one of the best ways to grow a business and get leads, customers, and clients. I built multiple 7-figure businesses on the back of books, and I have also helped clients to create dozens of their own books. Now, the problem with books is if you write them the traditional way, which is just sitting down and just pulling it out of your brain and every day writing it page by page, it takes a ton of time and energy, and typically I saw between 5 to 6 months of working every day on my book before I was able to launch it. And so that was a big problem, because even when I was working with clients, it would take us 6 months to create their book and launch it and start to get leads and customers coming in. But now, because of technology and AI and this system that I'm going to share with you today, or a part of it, we can get books done very, very quickly. So with 1 hour of content, whether that's through an interview or if someone has existing content, if you're doing this for yourself, if you have existing content, you can turn that into a 30 to 100 page book. Before you actually go and create the content though, you need to know a few important things. So you need to know what the book is going to be about. You need some type of idea. I call it the NDFE idea, where it is new, different, faster, or easier than the other solutions. You also need to know what is going to be in the chapters, right? The outline and the content of the book. So you need to, even if you already have a ton of content, you want to make sure you structure it correctly. And you want to have a really good title and a really good subtitle. So in this video, I'm going to show you probably the most important part of the book is the title creation, the idea creation, and outlining the book, what the content is going to be in the book. So I'm going to show you part of this system now. If you want the full system, this is one of the resources in the 1 Hour Book System. You can get access to it for $27. Go to oneourbooks.com/system. And I'm going to walk through this right now. So I'm creating a book in the real estate space. It's around a certain real estate strategy that I use for investing and buying properties. And so I'm going to use that as the example. So first thing I'm going to do is just take this and I'm going to open up Claude and I'm going to paste it in. So I'm creating a book for high income, let's just say 100K per year plus earners to help them. So this is a done for you rental service. So I'm going to say to help them get their first rental property or a portfolio 5 to 10 plus of rental properties and do it remotely. This is a mostly done for you service with some consulting. Okay. What are they currently doing to try and solve the problem, and what frustrates them about the current solutions? So I'm creating a book for high income earners, 100K plus, oh, I already have it here. 100K plus a year earners to help them get their first rental property or portfolio of rental properties and do it remotely. This is a mostly done for you service with some consulting. Okay, so let's just click enter. And now what we're going to see is we're going to see what frustrates them, what the current solutions are, and what frustrates them about those solutions. So current solutions: DIY research and education, working with real estate agents, locally turnkey rental companies, real estate investment clubs and meetups. And then we have the frustrations. So info overload, conflicting advice, no clear step-by-step process, paralysis by analysis. Okay. Difficulty knowing what applies to their specific situation. Most agents don't understand investment criteria. Yep, I know that to be true. I had to train my agent on what I was looking for. High markup prices with these turnkey companies. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is all pretty accurate. So I'm going to move on and we're going to take this one. So how can I create something? Now we're trying to figure out, if I'm already established in this industry, I have a ton of case studies and whatnot, this isn't as important. But if you're new and this is a new offer, which this is, you want to come into the market by saying something that's new, different, faster, or easier than the other competitors and the other solutions. You don't want to be saying the exact same thing that everybody's saying. So that's what I'm doing here with this prompt. So how can I create something that's new, different, faster, or easier than these solutions and addresses their frustrations? So create a Netflix for real estate deals platform. Instead of manually Oh, that's pretty smart. That's a good idea. Implement investment grade certification. So pre-screening properties. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm going to be doing with my offer is I'm building an email list and I'm sending deals out to people and helping them secure it and have the right team in place. Build remote investment command center. Live video walkthrough. I could probably do that too. I have a team on the ground in the main area I invest, and they already do this stuff for me. Speed to close advantage, success guarantee, executive investor experience. Okay, let's just say, what about done for you service, or mostly done for you? I didn't see that here, right? I didn't see that as one of the current solutions. So let's see what it comes up with. And I'm also going to pull the next prompt here. So after this, I also like to get the specific pain points of my market. So I'm just going to take this. And since this is all in one string, you don't have to keep asking it for the same info over and over. So you're noticing me delete some things. So I don't have to say this is my audience again. Yes, there are several done for you or mostly done for you services. Okay, done for you service. End-to-end wealth building system. Current providers focus on individual properties. You could create, yep, this is partially what I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm posting this in. It already knows my target audience. So I'm just going to make it reference that. What are the top 10 specific pain points my target audience experiences when trying to so now we're having it list out the pain points that we can use in our marketing, in our book content, et cetera, et cetera. Analysis paralysis, yep. Fear of being scammed. I've been scammed. Time poverty versus desire for control. Okay. This is a big one that I'm playing on that I get a lot is remotely, right? People think they always have to be local. I also have some clients that are out of the country that are buying properties in the US. So this is a big one that comes up for my particular offer. Okay. So this is good. I know what the answers are for a lot of this already because I have gone through it myself. But I'm looking at it to validate that these are accurate, which so far they are. So now that we have this, now we go on to the NDFE idea in title generation. So I'm going to take this. Again, we're in the same string, so you don't have to repeat information. So, I mean, you could leave it in, it's not going to hurt. But let's just say, help me create an NDFE, new, different, faster, easier idea statement using, I'm going to say idea statement for this book, using this framework, helping target audience to get this result without things they hate in time frame. So you have it already has this info. So I'm going to delete this. Let's enter it in. Nice. Helping high-income professionals to build a 5 to 10 property rental portfolio without the analysis paralysis, geographic guesswork, or 2-year learning curves in 12 to 18 months through our done-for-you investment management system. It could use some work, right? I would probably take this off the camera and just rework it a bit more, just go a little deeper, but this is a good start, okay? Now I'm going to go back. Let's read through it. Speed focused. Yep. Scaling. Go 0 to 10. Yep. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to keep moving. And I'm going to go here. It's about the idea above. Okay, so let's just remove. Actually, this is good. Let's click enter. Now we're coming up with the title and subtitle ideas. I like this one. Remote rental empire. How to acquire 8 to 12 cash flowing properties in 24 months without ever visiting them. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I already have a title in mind, but that one's pretty good as well. Let's see what else. Real estate in reverse. Reverse real estate. Nah. 30-day property system. Hands-off real estate. So not every title or not every prompt is going to give you the best, and you can keep going back to it. If you want more titles, you can just say, I don't like these, give me more. So out of these, I would say I kind of like this one best. I also like to get validated, so I always ask, like, rate it 1 through 10. Give me, what do you think of it, 1 through 10? Could be better. I like that one the best because it's most aligned with the remote angle, which has worked well so far. So I'm going to go back in here. Oh yeah, here we go. You can use this if you wanted to rate it. So now it's rating all of these titles, and I don't always go based off of what it says, but I just like to get an idea of what it thinks. And you can see it's rating all of these titles 1 through 10 in 4 different areas. So I'm going to keep going. Now this is the last one that I'll show here because then it goes into the actual content creation of the book, which maybe I'll do in a separate video if you guys want to see. But now I'm going to go back here and, okay, let's see. The 10 property blueprint. This would be a good title if I'm just trying to target the higher net worth people who can acquire 10 at once. Remote rental empire, that's the one that I did. The 1 Hour Investor, I have a brand called 1 Hour Books, so there could be a good spinner on that. But I'm going to just leave it as is. I'm going to just go with the remote. I'm going with remote rental empire. Then I'll paste in this. Help me create a book outline using this framework. You already have So now we're having it list out the chapters and the outline that we're going to follow for our book. So the introduction. Now these need some better titles, in my opinion. Market Intelligence Foundation. That doesn't even tell me anything. The Dream Team Assembly. I would call it like the $1 Million Team. The $1 Million Remote Team or something. The Acquisition Engine. How to spot winning deals in 10 minutes or less. Every day. The Operations Command Center. Okay. So here's one thing I would do with this. Like if I don't like these titles, I would say something like, these titles are very basic or generic. Write them as if you were, let's have some fun, like you're Donald Trump. And let's see what it does. Trump style. How the elite 1% are crushing real estate while you're playing it safe. So you can see he's already shifting like to the polarizing takes. Dominate markets like a billionaire. Build your winning team like a real estate emperor. It's a little over the top, but now you could if there's someone's voice that you like, you can mimic it by just popping it in. I could also say, let's say, can you rewrite the titles as Gary Halbert instead? Why traditional real estate is for losers. That's pretty funny. Okay, so now this is in the voice of Gary Halbert, one of the greatest copywriters of all time. So the letter that I'd write myself if my life depended on making you rich through real estate. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good intro. Chapter 1, the insider's secret to picking $1 million markets while your competition fights over scraps. I like that. That's good. Juicy. How to build your real estate mafia. Oh yeah. This is it, right? I might play with some things a bit, but this is Good. This is a really good starting point. The deal magnet system, I like that. Your mission control, the wealth blueprint that takes you from beginner to empire builder, smoking gun, the $500,000 mistake smart people keep making. Okay, so now we have the outline, right? We got a very important thing done in this video, which is we came up with the idea, the unique idea behind your book. We already know what we're going to sell after the book, which is a done for you service, which is really important to know because the book is like a little sales letter for the next thing. We came up with the title and subtitle. We came up with the chapter outline, and then we juiced up the chapter outline and the titles a bit so they're enticing, right? The titles are not boring. They entice the reader to read more and go through each chapter. So you just saw one of the most important parts around creating a book. If you want a book to sell, you want it to catch on, and you want to build a 6 or 7 figure business off of a book, or if you're working with clients, this is the way that you're going to get started. If you want access to this entire system, go to onearrowbooks.com/system, and you're going to get these prompts as well as all the prompts and training that you need to create a book from start to finish, from idea and going through this to actually going and creating the content. You can then use that on your own books, or if you are not someone who can create your own book, you can get paid $3K to $5K plus to do this as a service for experts and business owners. So you can find an expert and do this for them. But that is it for this video. If you guys want to see a continuation of this, where I'm actually going through and creating the content, then let me know in the comments. But I hope this was useful to see, and I'll see you in the next video.